How to get better at running long distance fast. This is definitely a question that most motivated athletes are asking. Okay, who does not want fast results? Okay, the answer to this question is it's not going to come fast. Okay, you're not going to get faster in middle to long distance running in a matter of a few weeks. Okay, you will get fast over several months, several years, and sometimes it can take over a decade to get to a point where you're running faster than your current goal is right now. Okay, a lot of times the types of efforts, the types of either track race times we're going for or road race times we're dreaming about will occur, but they won't occur as quickly as we want. So how do you run faster at long distance fast? You definitely start spending a higher percentage of your weekly volume, your weekly mileage, training at a faster effort. Okay, the world's top middle to long distance runners are running around 40% of their weekly volume at or below their anaerobic threshold. Okay, that is not an easy strategy to follow. Okay, the key thing is to learn from what the best runners do, but do what works best for you is what really matters most. Okay, if world-class runners are running 40% of their weekly volume at or below their anaerobic threshold, around 88 to 92% of their max heart rate, okay, that is high-quality running. But that doesn't mean that you have to do that. It means that you have to look at how you've been setting up your training and look and see if too much of that weekly volume that you're training at is too aerobic. Okay, so a lot of times the reason why athletes are not running faster on the track or on the roads isn't because they necessarily don't have the capability to do it or because they're too old or they're past their prime. It's a lot of times they're just spending too much of their time running too aerobically. They're not really stressing the anaerobic energy systems of the body effectively and not doing that enough. Okay, you have to get outside of your comfort zone and get comfortable being uncomfortable in this sport. Okay, I started off as a high school freshman running the 1600 meter in 5:30. Okay, the first time I ran the 3200 meter, 18 meters short of a 2 mile, I ran at 11:30. Okay, about 15 years later, I ran 26.2 miles at 5:19 mile pace and ended up running, when I was in college, running 2 miles in 9:27. So to go from 11:30 to 9:27, to go from a 5:30 1600 meter time to a 4:22 mile 1609 meters time, that took time. It took several years. It took, in the marathon case, in my marathon PR, it took over a decade. So you really have to have a real strong belief in yourself, a long-term vision. You have to have a belief in delayed gratification, because running fast over long distances does not occur quickly. Okay, a lot of you athletes that are reaching out to me are very young. Maybe you're in 8th grade, maybe you're in college, maybe you're in high school. A lot of athletes, even in their 40s and 50s, reach out to me, even in 60s and 70s, that are trying to get to the next level and to meet their expectations. You really have to be patient. You have to pay attention to the other fundamentals that go into great running success, and that is paying attention to your nutrition. Make sure you're hydrating well during and after your workouts. Learning how to ingest fluid during your long runs. Testing a mixture of both just water as well as electrolyte mixtures. Maybe Powerade or Gatorade. Trying to ingest some gels during your long runs. So if you're training for maybe the half marathon or marathon, start testing how your stomach feels during those long runs by taking in some gels, taking in some different types of fluids. Maybe one weekend just drink water during your long runs. Maybe the next weekend drink, Powerade, little Powerade bottles. This is what the stuff I used to do when I was training heavily for the marathon. I would practice drinking in long runs. That way I could really test to see how my body felt. There were times that I would do long runs and I would drink very little. Okay, that was very rare, but when I got more mature in the sport and I spent more time really racing, I really learned the importance of hydration and taking in fluids, taking in calories. during these long runs so that when I got to the race, I would not make the mistake of trying to think that I could run 26.2 miles or 42.2 kilometers without any fluid or without any calories. This is a major mistake so many runners are making that's costing them their goal times that they're going for. It cost me personally several times from 2002 up until 2006 when I really started taking drinking and my nutrition during the longer runs and during the long races, like the 10-mile, half marathon, marathon events that I was competing in. Once I started changing up actually taking in more fluid, that really made the difference. They got me to a point where I could run 10 miles at 50:54, a half marathon in 107:06, 20 miles in 144:05, and a marathon in 2:19:35. So you have to pay attention to these tactics. You have to make sure, in these fundamentals, making sure you're getting enough sleep, okay? Not stressing so much over a few bad workouts or a few bad races. It's part of the game. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have really great workouts where you feel phenomenal. Then you're going to have some really bad races. And there's a lot of ups and downs. The key thing is to not lose your enthusiasm throughout your build-up. In terms of how to get better at running long distance fast is really keeping a positive mindset, really staying consistent with your training, planning properly for your races. Okay, a longer buildup is always going to set you up for success better than a shorter buildup is, because again, it takes anywhere from 3 weeks up to about a month for your body to adapt to any stress you're placing on your body. So right now, if you're having a hard time doing a 2 to 3 mile tempo run, give yourself about 3 weeks to a month and continue to do that tempo run every single week. And I promise you, 4 weeks from now and about a month from now, that particular pace and effort that you're feeling right now and you're having a very hard time trying to hit is going to be much easier, much more seamless in 3 to 4 weeks from now. Okay, and then after that time frame passes, then try to drop maybe 10 to 20 seconds faster per mile or per kilometer for that tempo run and extend the duration. Okay, go from maybe a 2 to 3 mile tempo run to maybe a 5 to 7 mile tempo run at maybe 10 seconds faster than that pace that you originally had a hard time holding for 2 to 3 miles. Your body will adapt. The key thing is just to stay consistent, be persistent in what you're doing, follow a correct plan that's going to set you up for success, surround yourself with the right people, listen to the right information. All these things together will help you get to a point where you're running long distance fast and not just easy. Just about anybody can run long distance easy for a few minutes or several miles or several hours. Okay, it's another thing to run fast over long distance at a very fast pace, and to do that you have to train, you have to get outside your comfort zone, you have to do you have to follow all the fundamentals that go into really running great times and to be able to clear that lactic acid more effectively. And you have to do that, you have to improve your body's lactate tolerance. It's not going to happen by running consistent mileage over a long period of time very easily. Okay, you do have to get outside of your comfort zone, spend some time training at very, very high levels of lactic acid buildup, where it's very painful. Where you're running so fast you can't clear it faster than it's building up. So you're going to have to you're going to be forced to stop, take a few seconds break, then hit it again. It might be example of doing like repeat 200s, or repeat 1600 meters on the track, repeat 3200 meter reps on the track. All this combined will set you up for success. So I hope this was helpful in terms of answering this question. Feel free to reach out to me. Leave me a comment below. Like and share these videos. I really appreciate it. Obviously, it helps all athletes around the world see these videos. If there's anything else I can help you all out with, definitely check out RunDreamAchieve.com. There's resources there as well as below these videos that are there to help you get to the next level in your racing and in your training. So I wish you guys and gals all the very best, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.